Let's get into Karrueche Tran, okay? So I don't know how y'all was feeling about Karuchi, but she's been relatively unproblematic. You know, she's out the way. She does her little thing. She wears her pixie cuts, and she's kind of just like, you know, wherever she is, it's where she is. We know that she obviously, you know, is still Chris Brown's one of his major loves of his lives. You know, that's the only time she kind of comes into the headline is when Chris can't seem to let go, okay? Never can say goodbye. You feel what I'm saying? This is the only time we're really thinking about Karrueche Tran. So I want to say that I felt like everybody else, when we seen her kind of pop out with Coach Prime and Coach Sanders, we're like, girl, where is this coming from? Who is this man? Who are you? What are you actually doing here? And where did this come from? Now, I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I am kind of over this whole age gap relationship. These girls are wearing me out. The girls are wearing me out with Dre Michelle and her son, her boyfriend. You know, Shannon Sharp and his 19-year-old Mr. Like, I just cannot. I can no longer. So when I saw Karuchi, I'm like, listen, she's relatively out the way. We don't really know. Coach Prime, I don't know what his issue is or what's going on with him, but he's kind of, you know, he seems pretty buttoned up. You know, love is love, perhaps. Who knows? I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I know you don't know. So I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I would just let it slide to the left. He already gone through enough. If she want to be there and wheeling and dealing and holding on to him and, you know, whatever she's doing, cool. Claudia Jordan goes into her podcast, I think with Carlos King or whatever. That she's Claudia Jordan have been making a way for herself. She's been like, look, I'm gonna do this until something actually sticks. I'm not mad at it. She is on some sort of podcast with this girl, and she has Carlos King on. I don't know if it was her podcast or his. It was revealed that Karrueche Tran was apparently Tracey Edmonds, who is Deion Sanders' former wife, his ex-wife. She was basically, Karrueche Tran was the lady's employee. Girl, let me get my seat for this. I ain't even gonna hold you. This is messy. Karuchi was an employee of Tracey Edmonds, who is her man, Coach Prime's ex-wife. Now, I really feel like I was relatively okay with watching them do their thing or whatever, but then like knowing that she was like employed by her is kind of weird for me. I don't know about y'all, but it's weird for me. And I want to talk a little bit about ownership over people, relationships being no longer, and what does it mean for you when you get out of those relationships. And I really want to know what y'all think about this. So apparently Tracey Edmonds had heard through the grapevine that Karuchi was over there screwing her man, and she asked her, she tapped on him, she said, hey Karuchi, I heard that you're over there with Prime now, is this true? Karuchi laughed it off. Girl, no, of course not. No. She also then said that, you know, she let it go. It is what it is, was what it was. And she didn't know about this until, you know, she found out about the video with everyone else and saw her in the bedroom crying, you know, doing a whole bunch of extra stuff. Now, the question that I want to ask you all is, do you think that Karuchi is within her right to date this man? I mean, because if she was just an employee, they weren't best friends, maybe, you know, you have a working relationship with people, you have personal bonds with people that you work with. That eventually happens. We are human beings, and what eventually happens is you attach yourself to people, you grow bonds, you form habits, all types of different things. As a mutual respect, I think she could have said, hey, listen, I've got your man and you can't do it. I mean, she could have said anything, but to straight up lie to this lady's face and then find out at the same time as the world is finding out, I mean, that just seems a little low. It seems a little low. And, you know, she doesn't owe her anything. You know, if anything, Coach Prime had a chance, or he owed her more, I'm sure. And, you know, neither one of them said anything and found out about it. So I don't know what y'all think about this. When I feel like when you get divorced, you no longer have any sort of ties with these people. Let it be what it is. But I feel like Karuchi, this just seems weird, and she seemed all in love. I don't know, y'all. I just feel like I want to hear from some of the ladies who have been in marriages before and understand what the dynamics actually gives, because I can only think about my own perspective, and it's giving like, girl, you gonna have to tell me that. Mm-mm. Not after you played in my face. It was all on me. It was all in my space and everything like this whole time. Now you with my man. It's gonna be, girl, you was been plotting on this, or he was one of the two. One of y'all was plotting. One of y'all was plotting, and I just feel like Karuchi has been relatively unproblematic, and to come out with this, girl, is giving. The girlies are down bad. Now the age gap is not so crazy because Karuchi apparently is almost 40, and Coach Prime is he's almost 60. She has no bond with Coach Prime. Coach let her know he would usurp his wife. Oh well, I mean, who said that? I really want to know what y'all think. Y'all drop it in the comments. Is Karuchi wrong? Is she within her rights for dating this man, or is it giving weird? I feel like Hollywood is always like, oh yeah, well, we're together. Oh, you know, we're swapping. It's just so weird. And then it just seems like such an odd pairing, honestly. Such an odd pairing. Chris Brown to Deion Sanders. I mean, she's dated other people in between. I don't keep up with her love life. He's made a move. You're not lying. You are not lying. He made a move. And I just feel like, do we wait for a man to say anything out of his mouth? Yeah, you're welcome. See? I appreciate you. No, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's really weird that Karuchi, after all this time, she's been in the industry for such a long time, and she's been relatively unscathed, and now she pops out with Coach Deion, and it's just like, girl, you was dealing with her husband's, wife. It's just very messy, and I feel like, are we that down bad? Are we that down bad that we got to get with our boss's ex-husband? Like, I just don't get it. I don't get that. I don't get it. I don't get that. Hey, CJ. We talking about Karuchi and Coach Prime. How weird was that? His bladder is gone. He's missing a toe. They probably ain't even doing no hunching. It's probably all just emotional connection. What else do I want to talk about?